Hi Food Dragons, I am back. So I am here to do my series wrap up. I definitely was really bad at series this year. It was not my most high stat, and I think it just struggled with a reading from series like a lot of books this year. But I do have some highlights that I do want to chat through, and I'm definitely going to make a series TBR at some point, maybe not tonight, but like in the series of videos you're going to see in the lead up to Christmas. I will say you will get more wrap up content over break because I do have a little bit more time to sit down and film it. But let's get into it. So I don't even know if it's a duology, but it's a companion series that I have wrapped up or I caught up on. So I caught up on The Extraordinary Quest for Amateur Witches by Kayla Connington. This is the second book in that series. The first book was Practical Rules for Cursed Witches, and I really liked that book. I gave this book 5 stars. It was a LGBTQ plus romance with a quest element, and I really liked it, and I gave it 5 stars. I got this book from ALA, and I had a fun time reading it. And then I also caught up on the Enchanted Greenhouse series. I don't know if it's a world or it's a bunch of companions, but I did wind up reading the Enchanted Greenhouse. I really like this book. I gave this book 5 stars. I thought this was more of a romantasy while Spell Shop was more of a cozy fantasy. I really did like both. I got to meet one of my new favorite characters in this book named Rose, so I'm really happy. And I'm really excited for Sea of Charms. That one was set up, and I really want to read more set in this series. So this one was a fun one for 2025. And then just some companion books that I'm definitely better at reading companion than actual series, I'll be real honest. But I did wind up reading Unloved by Peyton Corinne. This is the second book in her Unbound series, I think, or second book of the Unsteady. I like this book a lot. I gave this book 5 stars as well. It was a fun one. A lot of these books I'm probably going to make my best reads of the year because when I do read sequels, I tend to really like them. And this is a main character. One of the is Freddie is dyscalculia, which I have as a learning disability, and Ro is a hopeless romantic and a people pleaser, and that is the state of my existence so far in life. But I really did like it. That was a very sweet, heartfelt, emotional romance, and I had a fun time with it. That one is one series-wise. And then I also fully caught up on the Deanna Rayburn series, which is her Veronica Speedwell series. I will attach a photo of that book here. Reread like a couple of years ago, and I finally caught up, which is really rare. So I was able to catch up on that series, which is very exciting. It is a historical mystery series set like in, olden time. Like obviously it's like it's like a Victorian era secret mystery, cozy mystery, and there is a main character that is kind of like a butterfly. She's like an ornithologist, I think. She like goes after about she catches butterflies, and she winds up teaming up with this guy named Stoker, and they wind up solving murder mysteries together. And I really do like the series overall. There is the plot line of like a romance throughout the whole series, and it's very hate to more, but I really am liking that series. And then I also read Glorious Rivals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Now in the actual canon I am caught up. I have to read a prequel before the next book comes out, but I did wind up reading this one, and I'm really happy that I read it. I really do like this series. I really do like Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I think all her books are very tightly wound, and this book is just kind of an extension. It follows a very different set of characters than the first book. It follows the like Avery is creating a game and you're following her adventures, and I really did like this book as well. And I'm really excited to see what The Gilded Edge, I think that it was called, is going to be when it comes out in 2026. And then I wound up finally catching up on the Meet Your Baker series. So I'm not technically caught up, but audiobook wise, I'm caught up. So the last book I read, was, oh my god, what is it called? It's like the last one of her series that I can't think of the name of. It's Killing Me Souffle, and this is the latest one in that series, so I will attach a photo. Definitely my most read series this year because I read mostly all 22 books. I think I read 2 the previous year, but it was definitely my companion series, like my comfort read. I read like 2 a month, and I just love it. I think it's probably one of my favorite all-time cozy mystery series because it really does murder mystery, but also small town vibes in a way that I really like. I do have Laying Down the Latte. It's in my backpack, but it's not an audiobook, and I don't know if I'm going to get to it before the end of the year. I do have it out from the library, so it's possible I may get to it, but that is why I may not get to it. So I just wanted to chat through that one. That I did catch up on one was the Babysitter's Club graphic novel series, so I'm reading these as they come out, and Jessie the Pet Sitter was the one that came out, so I will attach a photo of that one here. This is like a really, really fun series. It's like a modern day adaptation of the Anne-Marie Martin books. And I really do like this series. I think that it always takes a modern day issue and kind of gives it new life. And I have such a fun time reading them, and I really do. I often put them in my classroom and me and my librarian geek out about it. Hi Emily, if you're watching. So yeah, that is one that I'm very much enjoying. And then I don't know if the series is over, but I did wind up catching up on the Vera Wong Guide to Snooping on a Dead Man. I will touch a photo of that book here. This is another companion book that I have really, really enjoyed. So yeah, that was one that was fun. I don't know if we're gonna get more books in that series. I would like to, but there is no confirmation either way. But yeah, I'm happy that I caught up on that. Now here comes the books that I have fully caught up on, and I'm just waiting for publication. There are not a lot. But I did wind up catching up on Keeper of the Last Cities Unraveled. I gave this book 4.5 stars. This is a very, very key book to the series, even though it is so short. I think you do need to read this because this is told from Keefe's point of view. This is one of my favorite current day middle grade series that is currently out. I love Shannon Messenger quite a bit. And this is Keefe. Keefe is kind of our tortured hero in this series. And you follow this book from his point of view and see all the events from his point of view. And I think that this is very, very imperative reading. It's only 400 pages, but that's very, very short in the Keeperverse. So I'm happy I read this one. Then, like everyone, I read Onyx Storm. It was my favorite book of the series. Will definitely make my top books of the year. So ever since I've read that, I've been fighting like a book hangover all year. And I don't know if it's because of that book or just because I've been struggling focusing wise, but I did have a struggle reading year. You're going to see in my stats like when we get into it deeper. But yeah, I did wind up reading Onyx Storm. Here's a photo. My favorite books of the whole year. So yeah, that is why we're going to chat about that. Sorry, I swear, whenever I like go to film videos, then everyone calls me, and whenever I'm not filming, no one calls me. State of my life. But then I did wind up catching up on Bernegades and Bread Knives by Travis Baldari. This is a new book that follows, oh god, what is her name? Fern. She's the bookseller that we meet in the prequel, and we kind of get her modern day story. And I like this book. I gave this book 4 stars. I really do wish I would have had the audiobook, but I got this as an ARC from Comic-Con, so I was reading it like as I was going, and I was having a fun time with it, so I enjoyed it. I did think I liked this book a little bit better than the first book, Bookshops and Donuts, but it's not as much as Legends and Lattes, so this one was a fun one. And then the 2 series that I fully finished, which is not a very, very good stat, I'm gonna be real honest. I finished the Sparrow Falls series by Catherine Cowell, so I read all the books in the series. This is the last one. This is Kyler and Fallon's story, and I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. I love this whole series. I read this whole series this year. I'm really excited to see her next series because the first book is coming out in March, and it's like follows one of my favorite side characters. So, and then I wound up finishing Rebel Witch by Kristen Cicerelli, so it really wasn't a good stats month for series. I really failed. I really need to make a goal for myself, like try to do like a bingo board or something, or do like a challenge vlog to kind of read more of down my series, and I just haven't done that. So yeah, that is where we are with series. It was a bad year for series. It's always a bad year for series, but this one was very, very embarrassing for me. So I really need to like pick 20 books to focus on in the winter and then kind of go from there. So that's maybe will be a project I'm going to decide on. But I want you guys to know that whatever you read, reading is awesome. I am just so bad at reading sequels. Really, really bad at the whole situation. And I definitely have been reading more mystery books. So like as I said, I read like 20 Ellie Alexander books. That is a series. I've caught up on the Veronica Speedball series. So a lot of my listening has been a lot of companion books and not a lot of series. So I need to get better at that. So yeah, I'm going to think on that and see how I can make a challenge for myself for series. I don't know what I want to do with that either. So I have to think on that. But I hope you guys like the stats update about the series that I've read. It really wasn't that amazing, but you know, that's why we do stats, so we know what we are dealing with. I will talk to you guys for another video soon. Bye, book friends.